Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today is part 2 of the crashed drone repair. So I took it apart and got a few things going on. I had to clean off my workbench, my electronics workbench, so I can properly work on this thing. But it's got a couple issues. You know, the one motor broke off and the gimbal became dislodged. The battery died. But so the one arm broke with the motor and the gimbal became dislodged, and it's got issues. I managed to fix the rotating movement on the gimbal, but I have not fixed the vertical movement. That part became completely dislodged, and then I fired it up and one of the motors doesn't spin. So I need to get this thing going, you know, electronically, before I try to order this broken arm or fix this broken arm, because I don't really want to invest much in this drone. I don't have the money anyway. So, you know, this was the one drone I scraped up to $300 to buy, and turned out it wasn't a great product. It crashed too many times on its own when I wasn't even in control, usually on the auto land feature, and just kind of disappointing because the software should know it should be doing its thing and just land on its own, but it just goes stupid and flips upside down. It's done it a few times and it usually drives itself into the ground at speed, and this time it did it at, you know, 70 feet off the ground, so it's pretty obvious something broke. Don't have much faith in the product anymore. I'm gonna try to glue or band-aid this one back together, you know, and see what it does, but it's pretty much, this thing should have been in the trash a while ago, but I'm still gonna attempt to resurrect it. If I can't fix this one, I'm gonna be without a drone for a while, because you know, it does give me more stuff to shoot for the channel and more stuff to see, mainly because I use it to kind of explore over the hill. But the range wasn't really good. It only goes, you know, 5 football fields, which is half a kilometer, and so it's okay. You know, you can fly it over the edge and see what's on the other side. The one downfall it had, well, it had many, but the one thing I didn't care for is you couldn't fly it to negative altitude. So if I launched at like a hill peak, I couldn't fly it down into the canyon. It wouldn't do that. It wouldn't go below its takeoff elevation. So that was a, you know, kind of a showstopper for me too. And they're now at like $265. It's a pretty good drone, you know, if you want to like do simple stuff or use it as a tripod, or something like that, but there may be better products out there for the money. I'm gonna try resurrecting this one and, you know, just kind of see what it does. So yeah, right now I'm gonna try to figure out if I can piece this gimbal together. So you can kind of see here, it one side has a little motor which does spin, and it's offset, so you can't, looks like it's offset. Yeah, it's offset. No, it's not offset. So this thing was, it's kind of a, I don't know what you call it. It's got 2 flat spots, and then it's got over here, it's got 2 flat spots, so it just kind of fits in there, and that's the driving motor. And it's got a bearing over here, and it's got a cap, and a whole crap load of wires. Although I don't know if I placed that little flat spot doohickey in the correct direction, because it looks like you could put it in upside down. Slide this over the bearing. So that looks like it's, I don't know if this is correct. I don't know if it springs down or up originally, but this frame is broke also, which isn't too big of a deal. I can fix that. There's a little rubber mount busted over there. I'm just gonna hang this for now. Yeah, I don't know if this thing's 180 off or not, but I'm gonna plug in this other piece, which I think is part of, I don't know if it's the GPS or the accelerometers that are on this lid. There's something in there, but it could be the GPS unit. I'm guessing it's the GPS unit because it's up against the top. That way the antenna can see. So I'm gonna fire this thing up real quick. Gonna fire this up real quick. I'm gonna see if it'll initialize without GPS. I have it set to not use GPS at the moment. I'm gonna see if hey, look at that. The gimbal came up. Can I control it? Oh my God, it works. Look at that. So you can see it on this. I do have to calibrate it, but if you look at the gimbal, let me try to pick this up. You can see when I rotate the drone, the gimbal stays, and you can see the vertical also stays stationary. So the gimbal is fixed. Wow, that's impressive. I just got to put the screws in it. Gonna fire up my fire up this phone real quick. Just an old phone that I have. I don't know if it even works well. It's just my backup. Usually I fly with my regular phone. It has better Wi-Fi, but I'm gonna see if I get an image out of it. Get this thing to hook up real quick. All right, so there's an image. I now have an image. You can see it. I'm gonna move this a little further back. And I'm gonna try to move the gimbal. So that's down. That's moving up. So the gimbal's working. It's out of alignment, but it's out of alignment because I messed with it. That's something I need to fix still, and it's not properly mounted either. But yeah, so now the gimbal works. So the other part was the motor didn't work. I don't know if that was because there was something stuck in there, but I'm gonna try it real quick. See if it'll fire up. So yeah, we got one motor, it doesn't spin. I got all these, 3 are running, and the one that broke, the motor's not firing up. I took the props off so I don't get all chopped up while I'm trying to work on it. I'm guessing this ain't gonna even try to take off. Yeah, it's telling me to go to hell. But anyway, so now I gotta figure out what's going on with the motor. We'll give that a shot. Shut this guy off. Okay, come on. All right, so we're good there. Gonna power this down. So it's a good sign the gimbal works. Now the question is, what's going on with the motor? So did it actually break a wire, or there's 3 wires going to it? There's, I put a little zip tie on it, but I put the zip tie on it because I thought when it's spun up, when it's gonna spin up, it's gonna, fling around even without the prop. So I'm gonna check the wires here and try to pull this motor out if I can. There's some sort of a retainer. I'm hoping that the motor comes out through the top. We'll give that a quick shot there. So it's got these little screws in here, and the wires might have gotten nicked. Oh, there it is. There's the broken wire. So that's why the motor don't run. So let's see if we can make repairs. So now I know what it is. The wire is actually broke. I don't know if the GoPro will show it here. But the insulation is intact, but the wire, the actual conductor is broken right there. It got chopped. So I'm gonna dissect this. I'm gonna try to get this arm off so I can slide the wires out and kind of work on it a little better. So I need to separate this subframe to where I can lift this up and allow this arm to come out, and then maybe unsolder these 3 wires here. But let me work on that real quick. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, looks like 8 screws. I'm gonna pause my video because need to let the batteries charge. Not gonna take it all the way apart. I just want to get this leg out. This tape off. Try to slide the motor out so I can get I'm hoping this is just some sort of a retainer, which it is. And that way I can get better access to the wires. Yeah, that's all I need. This will work. So you see the broken wire right there. I don't know if the GoPro can actually see it. Oh, I see it. It's broke off on the inside too. It's got multiple fractures. I don't think I can fix that. Yeah, I don't think I can fix that motor. Let me get my other eyeball. No, can't fix it. So so the winding, one of the wires, not the one that's obviously cut here, the middle one, it's got 3 wires going through it. It's soldered directly to the windings, and it's way too small. If it was like a bench grinder, electric motor, yeah, different story. But this thing's too small, and it's like not worth the effort. Another arm is I think $56, but it'll take a month to get here. So I can't fix this motor. I can't fix it reliably. And for this thing going into the air, it's just asking for trouble. So I'm just gonna, take the rest of this apart and you know, maybe just leave it until the new part comes. But that's it, you know. So there's going to be a part 3, but the gimbal's fixed, and I'm pretty sure that there's none wrong with the, you know, the motor driver. It's just the wires are broke off the motor itself, and I can't fix that. So I think that's it for now. I will see you on part 3. Thanks for watching, and until next time.